Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. If you've been watching me for all these 900 videos, then you know why we're here. Baby, we are super aging. We're getting older without getting old. And why is that, Georgianne? Because you watch A Slice of Life, and I have some slices of life all the time. Look what I got in the Delta box. It says, bloom where you are planted. Bloom where you are planted. I said, man, I like that. I like this. I really like this. But my spirit said one more thing. My spirit said there's somebody on the other, I got my little paper. There's somebody on the other side of the screen. There's someone on the other side of the screen that has to bloom in place. And the reason why you have to bloom in place is because your health issue does not allow you to be mobile. Let me say that again because I didn't make this up. This came to me. There's someone on the other side of the screen. I don't know who you are. I don't know what country you're in. You know, we got several countries. I can't tell you. I just know that this message is for you. There's someone that is on the other side of the screen that's going to have to bloom in place because your health issue has impacted your mobility, and you have allowed the fact that you can no longer be as mobile as you want to be to stop you from being the person God has made you to be. You didn't get it? Let me say it again. You have allowed the fact that your mobility is an issue and you can't go where you want to go and do all the things you used to do. So you have allowed that to stop you from the purpose that God has for you. Baby, you can't do that. You can't put God's purpose on hold or happiness on hold. None of that. Because you still have to keep going what? This way. Forward. Forward. All right? So how do we do that? You said, well, I can't move around anymore. And what does that mean you can't move around anymore? I want to know if this is working. You all know how I feel. Come on, get ready, get ready, get ready. You ready? All of this, what? Controls all of this. And the you cannot get around has nothing to do with this. This is still working. Okay, this is still working. There's a computer still working. You can go anywhere in the world on the computer and right here. All that is connected. And you still have things to do. And you can still do them while you are blooming in place. You're blooming in place where this says bloom where you are planted. But God told me to tell you, you're blooming in place. That's what you're doing. You're in a spot that maybe you feel like you can't get out of, but baby, you got some things you need to do. You need to write some things down. Have you ever thought about it? You need to write something down. You are there for a specific reason, and that is to write or either to study or it's reading, but there's some reading involved. It's some reading involved. For the person I'm talking to, I don't know who you are. You have a degree to get. You got some studying to do. In place. You are blooming in place because you are improving on that person that's in place by staying on God's purpose and reading and writing and discussing and going on the computer and finding information and getting all that together for you to share to mankind, humankind, your family, and the people right there by you. You're going to surprise so many people. They're going to say, I thought Joe, I thought Mary, I thought Tanisha, I thought Gregory. I didn't know they were doing all that in that room. They don't need to know. That's between you and God. But you are blooming in place. There's still a bloom. You can plant a tree. One of my sorors and my good friend, I tell you, Annie's Chaney Jones, took a tree, a bush from her mother's house and planted it in her house. And that bush has been there a good 40 years, I know. You see, that plant is going to grow. And so it has nothing to do with, you may be planted in one place, but you can still bloom there. You say, well, I'm in a bed, I'm wheelchair bound, I'm bed bound, all them bounds. all those bounds have nothing to do with this right here. Do they have a book? Do you ever heard of Amazon.com? Baby, get you a Prime membership. You have it the next day. In my case, I have it the same day because the facility is right up the street. I can just probably walk over there and say, can y'all look for my order back there? Let me look for my order myself. Listen to me. I'm making a joke, but I'm telling you, I don't know who I'm talking to. I hear the preachers say that. They don't know who they're talking to. So I'm going to say that too. I don't know to whom I'm speaking, which is the proper way to say it. But I don't know who I'm talking to. But I'm talking to somebody on the other side of the screen that has given up on a dream because your mobility is an issue. No. Because there's something in that dream that you are still to do and can be done from where you are. This says bloom where you are planted. Now, if that's where you got planted, if that's how the cards fell out for you to get planted right there, then you need to bloom right there. Let me tell you why I said that. Let me give you an example. How many people bloomed during the pandemic? I know myself and all my friends did, because we were what? We were in place. We bloomed in place. We couldn't get anywhere, couldn't go anywhere, barely could see anybody, but that didn't stop us from blooming. And this is not going to stop you from blooming. Bloom where you're planted. Also bloom wherever that is in place. And where I wrote me a note. What does that look like when you bloom in place? Well, you can't get out the bed, all right? Or you can get out of bed, somebody come and help you. Get a schedule on who's going to come help you when to get out the bed. They're going to put you in a chair. Of course, they're going to roll you by a window. Good for the window. You know why? Because the light is going to come in on that book or that computer you're working on. That book and that stuff. See, it's all right to look out the window. I used to love to look out the window. And I used to love to go window shopping. There's a whole lot of windows. And yes, I need some new windows in this house while we're talking about it. But I digress. We're just talking about windows right now. You assigned to a room, and then they come and get you. They put you in the chair and they put you by the window. They're not putting you by the window for you always to look out. This is still going. Then where's the computer? Where's the laptop? Do you know you can buy our little Gigi needs a Chromebook. So I looked on Amazon. I found Chromebook was $127. Y'all spent $127 on the numbers. Yes, I said it. You spent $127 on the numbers. I see y'all up there. How do I know? I'm just passing by, so I heard. Somebody just told me that. Anyway, anyhow, what I'm saying to you is, this is still going on, and you wanted to write something. You have something you want to say. There's a story you want to tell. There's some notes you want to leave your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. You know that you have a Chromebook. Get a Chromebook and get one of those children when they come visit you. You know how you get all dressed up and go, they roll you down? Then roll you down with your Chromebook and let them get the Chromebook up, and you just sit there and pet. Now, you know we had to take typing. You, my age group, you took typing. Oh, yes, you did. You know how to type. You know the Gray Fox something, however you had to type that thing all the time. Oh, my God, Miss Cohen in auditorium. Ooh, she was a mess, and she was the best typing teacher and stenographer. I had to take all that in high school. Lord. Anyway, I digress. Let me go back. Get the Chromebook, because Acer has one for $127. I don't know Acer, and they don't know me. I just saw it on Amazon. All right? And then you get the little book, and you type up what you need to type up. And put it all on there. Then you learn how to look things up. You won't even want to get back in the bed. And when they come, you be calling them early. Come get me up so I can go. You see what I'm talking about? Blooming. You will bloom. You might even move something. But I'm telling you, this is what I'm supposed to say today. I'm supposed to tell you, bloom where you're planted, but bloom in place. Bloom in place. You can't get out of bed? Okay, so now you can. Now others can get out of bed. You can get out of bed, but you don't have transportation. And the place where you live is far away. Amazon.com. Get you a Chromebook, get you a computer, get you something. You don't really have to have, you get the right phone. I will show you on my phone, but I'm ashamed. I got some tape on it. Anyway, you know your phone is a computer. Did anybody tell you your phone was a computer? See, all them people come to see you, trying to see how long you're gonna live. Can you give me $5? Can I take you to the store? All those people, don't let them do you like that. Let them teach you something about the computers because they know something. They know your phone is a computer. You can look on there all day and find out what you need. So you are assigned. Let's say that's your assignment right now. Is where you live. You don't have transportation. You don't like the buses. It's too far to go to the buses. The we call those mobility services. They take you to the grocery store. Okay, that's fine. Then or they take you to the doctor. But have them take you to the library. Have the mobility bus drop you off at the library. Get you some library time. Go in there and sit down and find out, do they have classes for seniors in the library? Get on the computer. It's free. All I'm telling you is free. And it's free water. It's free plant food. You understand where I'm going with this? This is free. And guess what? You'll bloom. See, for a plant, it's got to be planted right for it to bloom, right? It's got to be planted the right time of year. So you already planted. And you got to have some nourishment. You see, you got to have water all the time. And you got to have sunlight. You see, and you have some plant food, all of that. All that's in the library, baby. The library is the key. Get the mobility people to take you to the library. I'm just talking to those people who have made a decision that because of their mobile issues connected to their health issues, that they at a loss. That's not true. As long as this is still working, you cannot give in, because once you decide that this doesn't work, this is going to agree with you. Let me say it again, Reno, for the people in the back. As long as you say, this is not working, guess what? This is going to say, oh, I'm not working. Oh, I agree with her. I agree with him. I'm just not going to work. I'm just going to shut down. And then I'm just going to, let's go off the earth right now. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you somewhere in India, Canada, South Africa, what's that one? Britain. Okay. I'm talking to you. And the United States. Yes, okay. I need you to understand. When you're blooming in place, do not take that as a negative. Take that as a positive. Because you have the time to put in to make that blossom, make that plant just blossom. And some folk gonna want to pick that plant, because when you finish, you're gonna have a document. You're gonna have something that we need, that God has put you on earth to give us. I know I'm looking forward to whatever that is you have, because you have something that we need to read, that we need to hear. What about the people who say, well, my mobility won't let me sing anymore? What does that mean? I don't get that at all. What you mean it doesn't let you sing anymore? Is all this working right here? Do you can you see the notes? If you're like me, you don't read music not well. Anyway, what stops you from singing? Oh, you don't have a concert in front of you, baby. What you think the computer is for? Are you kidding me? Y'all better learn some AI. It'll set you up a whole concert on there. How is it that before AI, this woman right here, this one, at age 80, I was over in Alabama. I was up one night like I always am. And I think I had come off of the chemo by then. Anyway, I was up. I said, I'm going to do me an album. I said, how you going to do you an album, Georgianne? I got all my songs, and I kept looking. And before I knew it, Disco Kid came up. And I don't know how. That was all God's doing. And then I uploaded, said upload, and then typed this. And mind you, I did this on a telephone. On my telephone, I did the album release on my telephone. I did Disco Kids on my telephone. I'm talking about what determination will do. You got to want this thing. You got to want it. You cannot tell yourself what you don't have. You need to look around and see what you do have. Like, here I go with a Bible verse again. I'm not going to even try no Bible verse. But you know, I told you about the lady. The man came over and she had some pots, some oil, and they went and got the oil and they're going to sell her son. Anyway, they did well. Everything you got and need is in your house. I had an idea, a determination, and a telephone. That's why my phone got tape on it now. I'm just talking to you about this. Do you understand? I make light of things only because I laugh at Georgianne. But you got to laugh at yourself sometimes. Because I need for you to understand that you bloom here. Bloom where you are planted. But what I wrote was bloom in place. God said health issue impacting your mobility. Can't get around like you used to. Because I had to write it down. When it comes to me, I do it right away. So you can't get around like you used to. So what? I can't get around like I used to. I told y'all I had to go somewhere with a cane the other night. The other night I did have it. And the last night I had to have it. You think I want to walk around with a cane? Listen, I just got over it. So Georgianne, get over it. Because you need to get where you need to get. Because you got to do what? Baby, we got to what? Bloom where we planted. You got to bloom where you planted. You got to bloom in place. Whatever that place is. Wherever it is. If it's in a bed, if it's in a chair, if it's in a room. They come and get you up every day and put you in a chair. They plant you in a chair. When you think about being planted in a chair, then you need to bloom out in that chair. When they come back every evening, they need to see a new flower, a new bud. That's what they need to see. You need to flip the mirror and say, ooh, look at all these new buds coming up on me. And then you crawl up in bed and go to sleep and say, oh, what's going to happen? What I'm going to do tomorrow? What I'm going to think about tomorrow? What's coming to me tonight that I need to get up? Get that pen and paper by your bed. Then get up tomorrow and write it down in your Chromebook. $127. Okay? You don't want to get a computer? I think you can get computers for $2 something. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say that. But get something. Or your phone. You say, well, my fingers are big. Then you need to get the Chromebook. This is an index finger. And this is another one. You happen to have 2 of them. And guess what they'll do? They will peck. Peck. And you look and find the letters. If you do it enough, you kind of know where the letters are. You peck here and peck. See, you don't listen to other folks talk about. Well, Mima, you don't know how to type. Well, you said, you're right, baby. And send them on out the way. Get them out the house as soon as you can. Send them back to their mamas and all them. Send them, oh, thank you, baby, for coming over. Bye. Get them out the house. And when they go and they gone, cut the shades down. Make sure they think you sleep. Child, you get you a light, get your little Chromebook, just and then go back and read it. Man, I've been trying to say that for 50 years. Same with song. Do you know you can sing on the phone? It's called Easy Recorder. Easy Recorder. You know why it's called Easy Recorder? Because it records easily. Yeah, that's right. Adverb. And so all you have to do is get Easy Recorder. And when you go to that app and push it, it's right there. You just start singing. I've made up all my songs like that. And then you hit the check mark. And then you go to listen. You say, I don't have any music. Baby, you don't have to have any music. Get the song. Get the song out of you. Do you know, you don't know where those songs will end up. Let's and then figure out how to copyright. And you can send that same little recording that you made. You don't need a piano. You don't need a drummer. Nobody. You can send all that up to Washington, D.C., the MPs. Recorder. Just upload that and send it right on. And they will copyright your song for you. See, you got to study Study yourself approved. How does that go? You see, I've been messing with that Bible thing. Listen to me. Bloom where you are planted. What did God tell me? Blooming in place. Blooming in place. Health issue impacting your mobility? Not. Happiness is not something you put on hold. Blooming is not something you put on hold. Happiness is not something you put on hold. Blooming is not something you put on hold. You just bloom, baby. Bloom, baby. Bloom. I love you. And you can't do anything about it.